Hello everybody, welcome to the Comic Gamer Movie Show. My name's Deshaun and today I'm here to give you my review of Aquaman. This will be a spoiler-free review. It'll be pretty short, or at least I'll try to make it as short as I can. I might come up with a spoiler review if in a few weeks, but yeah, Aquaman. What is it to say about this movie? Right now, I've looked on YouTube, looking up other reviews, other people's reviews that I acknowledge and other people's reviews that I trust, such as the Collider crew, the Double Toasted guys. There's a couple other people, there's tons of other people who I look at, and I will say, and for the most part, a lot of them like it. None of them a lot of them like it. A couple of them are raving about it, but for the most part, it's about in the middle. Not in the middle. It's about in the middle, leaning towards positive. It's literally it's where the rating used to be, which is 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. I think that was an appropriate rating. That's exactly where I think that the movie was. From their opinions, that's exactly where it felt like the temperature of the room was. But I had noticed that anyone who disliked this movie are getting people are coming after them. No shit. It's crazy. I can tell, but when I was looking through reviews, I could tell who didn't like the movie by the like to dislike ratio. And it's nuts. And some of those reviews weren't saying here's a guy, Robert Storm. He's a YouTuber. He's not a massive YouTuber, but he's bigger than me. So I look at some of his stuff from Robert Storm, and good lord, I knew what his review of that movie was before he ever even, uttered a word, because I looked at his like to dislike ratio and I was just like, holy shit. And then the same thing happened to Collider guys. And same thing happened to Double Toasted guys. But the thing that bothered me about it was, I was like, but they're explaining to you why they personally didn't like this movie. They're explaining to you why. They're even saying that there are good things in this movie. They just didn't work for them. And they're still getting bombarded and attacked for just having an opinion. I know some people are gonna come out and go, oh, Marvel does that. No, they fucking don't. When Ant-Man and the Wasp came out, had a bunch of had a couple negative reviews. All those people didn't get the most the dislike ratios like this. Okay, when Infinity War came out, it got an 84 on Rotten Tomatoes. No one cared because it made $2 billion. So at this point, it's who cares what the critics say? The movie made $2 billion. Marvel, that's the thing. It's just a DC thing because they do it all the time, every year, except one, and that was for Wonder Woman, when all these DC haters could not be seen, could not be heard, could not be found. And now all of a sudden, this movie comes out, and there's a thing that I've always told Seth, and I've always tell people. The DC people would say that you go into these movies with the expectation not to like them, and you didn't, and that's your fault, and that's why I dislike your comment, and that's why I'm going to say bad things about you in the comment section. But I would say that you went into these movies planning on loving them, regardless of what it was, regardless of how it played out, regardless if you actually liked it or not, you were going to support this movie. So it didn't matter if it was good or bad, you were always going to like it. So it works both ways. And that's the thing I think some of these fanboys need to wrap their minds around, is that it works both ways. If you're accusing them of doing that, you got to look yourself in the mirror and think, am I doing the reverse of that? Am I loving this movie regardless of if he had a valid point or not? And it's kind of nuts to me a little bit, because I said, if these reviews are just straight negative, I'd be like, okay, but they're not all straight negative. They're just it's not, it's an okay movie. Now, I went on that little tangent because it was fresh on my mind and I wanted to talk about it. It was relevant to Aquaman. The movie made a lot of money overseas. It looks like it's gonna make decent money here. But to get into my review, I didn't really like the movie. Seth's not here right now, but I can speak for him. He said he would have gave it a 4. I gave it a 5. I'm just right off the top. Seth gave it a 4. I gave it a 5. And honestly, it's about a 5. It's a middle of the road movie. It's a decent popcorn movie, and a very, very middle of the road comic book movie that really represents a lot of the not issues with comic book movies, but like a lot of the stereotypes of comic book movies. The extremely simplified plot. The love interest that doesn't really work, but we're gonna make this shit work no matter what. Couple mustache twirling villains. A MacGuffin that makes no fucking sense whatsoever. A MacGuffin that only one dude can do. No one really outthinks anyone in this movie. Without getting into spoilers, there are some ridiculous music cues that are just thrown in there. There's a bunch of close-up shots that are just idiotic and just come out of the blue and just make me and Steph are just laughing our asses off at a lot of this stuff. There are things we're laughing at that, like, I'm 90% sure they weren't intending us to laugh at. Jason Momoa's good in it. He's cool in it. But I agree with one guy's review. He's like, I wish Jason Momoa was in a better movie. He's a good actor in this. I wish he was in a better movie. It's kind of like the opposite of Wonder Woman. Attacks. See, that's what I got dislikes for. See what I mean? Everyone loved that. But you say one bad thing about a DC movie, you're gonna get cream pie. But anywho, yeah, man, the movie. Okay, let me start off with positives. Nicole Kidman was pretty good. Nicole Kidman and the guy, I can't remember the actor who's playing Arthur's Jason Momoa's father, they were pretty good. Orm, the Ocean Master, which I'll get to that in another video maybe. He was a decent enough villain. He wasn't a terrible villain. In fact, he started off okay, but then he just started getting cliche. Him and Black Manta just started getting really, really cliche. Like, by the time the movie was getting near its conclusion, like, I did not give a rat's ass about Black Manta. Ocean Master, there's something going on with him, but I can't say that without spoiling it. But yeah, they were okay villains. Well, at least Orm was. Black Manta was cool. It's cool to look at. And that's the thing, a lot of this movie is style, like, it's weird. It was like, it's like a hollow, and this is, holy shit, this is gonna get me so many dislikes, but I don't give a fuck. This movie is like a hollow imitation of a Marvel movie. This movie is like if someone took Thor, let's go with Thor the Dark World. Thor the Dark World. Then took Black Panther, and then took bits from Ant-Man and the Wasp, put it in a blender, and just went, like, and just poured it out, and then they were like, let's pour our DC stuff in there too. Like, that's what it felt like. There are scenes, there are scenes, there are a lot of dialogues, there are things that are just ripped right out of those other movies. There's I'm not gonna tell you exactly the scenes that are ripped from that other movie, but when you see it, you see it. There's a couple plot points that just straight up ripped right out of that movie. So, but, I just don't really... I said I was going to start with the positives. The action sequences were pretty cool. Some of the creatures were pretty cool, too. A lot of the creatures were pretty cool. James Wan knows how to do that pretty well. The relationship between Jason Momoa, Aquaman, and his father was really, really good. Dolph Lundgren was pretty good in this, too. I thought he delivered some pretty good dialogue. Like, maybe he should be back doing this stuff more. Nicole Kidman was great. Was pretty good. She was great in the beginning, but then near the end, to me, she was just okay. She was just kind of cliche mother and near the end. So it is what it is. There are a couple jokes that land, but most of them don't. Like I'm trying to scratch my mind to say positive things because I don't want my like to dislike ratio to be so freaking disproportionate just because I didn't like this damn movie. But it just is what it is. But like I said, there are a lot of things that are just so like. Seth said this to me right when we got out of the movie. He was like, it felt like DC had a checklist, and they were like, check. Okay, we gotta have this. Check. 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 We're doing good things, and it did. It felt very checklist. And then the Double Toasted guy said it too. It felt like a movie that if people who don't like comic book movies had if someone who doesn't like comic book movies described all the reasons that they don't like comic book movies, it would probably sound very similar to this movie. It is very paint by the numbers. There is no twist. There is nothing unique about this movie other than the underwater stuff, which is fleeting because, you know, they spend a couple minutes down there, but then they completely go somewhere else. They, like, when they oh my god, the transitions from different kingdoms is the stupidest thing. The transitions from anywhere, somewhere here, is fucking ridiculous. The music cues are ridiculous. There are some cheesy ass lines of dialogue that are only delivered good by Jason Momoa because he's such a charismatic guy. But he's the only one who can get past saying this cheesy shit. Him and Nicole Kidman, if you want to be real. Willem Dafoe shows up to be the fucking, oh my god, exposition dumpster. There is so much exposition in this movie. Holy shit, dude. I don't need you to stop the movie to a halt to take 3 minutes to explain something. Minor spoiler. Willem Dafoe's character shows up and it's revealed that he's been training Arthur. That's all I needed. Was you to show him training Arthur, bing, bing, bomb, I'm out of there. But they come back to this multiple times. They do this shit multiple. I don't need that many flashbacks. Okay, I got it. I know. You explained it. You have to find a way to not stop the movie to a halt to talk about stuff. And they just stop the movie to the halt. They go story time. They do it a lot. And it sticks out. It really sticks out. And I'm just like, you don't have to halt the movie. Like, even in Thor, say what you want about the first three Thor movies, Odin did his story talking at the top, and that was it. Marvel, that's how you do it. No, I'm just gonna say Marvel, but Marvel does it like that. They if they're gonna be story time, they do it at the beginning, and they might do it one other time. That's it. That is it. Story time at the top, and then we might come back to it. We might not come back to it. You know, you got what you need to know for the story to go on forward. But they just constantly kept stopping the movie to a halt to go through these long, drawn-out explanations. It's nuts. It really is. The more I think about it, the more this movie is more of a 4.5, but I'm going to stick with the 5. It's 4.5 to a 5. It's a decent movie. It's one of the best of the DCEU movie, but it ain't really saying much. I pretty much just gave the same score I gave Wonder Woman. I feel that Man of Steel is the best movie in the DCEU, and that's not saying much because I only gave that movie a 6. So that's my opinion on Aquaman. I'm sad, you know. I was kind of looking forward to this. I was kind of getting hyped a little bit. I was kind of hoping that maybe I would see something no one else was seeing in this movie. I mean, people were seeing in this movie, but I just couldn't. Me and Steph, I just couldn't get into it. Steph liked it less than I did. We just couldn't get into it, man. We just could not get into it. I couldn't get into it. I laid it out right there. So, thank you for joining me in the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. And comment below, what's your opinion on the Aquaman? And please, come on, people. Don't be hate-bonering just because I didn't like the damn thing. Thank you for joining me in the Comic Game Movie Show. Please remember to like and subscribe. What did you think about the Aquaman movie? What was your favorite part of it? What things that you didn't like? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with some of the other people? Please comment below. Let me know. And I will see you in the next one, people. Goodbye.